Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing a version of the fall and finally fall book tags. The fall book tag was created by Bionic Bookworm, who I will leave linked down below, and the finally fall book tag was created by Tall Tales, which I will also link down below. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but since it's about the time for the weather to start cooling down and the leaves to start changing, I thought it would be kind of fun to do a fall tag video. Let's get started. The first question that I chose, because like I said, I'm doing a conglomeration, so I took the questions I liked from each of them and just put them together into this. The first question, like I said, is it's finally starting to get cold enough for sweaters. What book gives you the warm fuzzies? This might be a bit of an odd choice, because I don't think it gives a lot of people the warm fuzzies, but I chose White Fang by Jack London. This book gives me very nostalgic feels. I remember finally having to learn a new word when reading a book. The first word I learned was ominous, and it was on the first page. I had to go look it up in a dictionary, which was incredibly exciting for me. That and the fact that I, for whatever reason, have a propensity to think that wild animals are just the cutest and cuddliest things I've ever seen, means that watching a wolf turn into sort of a gruff, cute, cuddly dog is just perfect and adorable, and I love it. Question number 2 is, the weather is starting to get more extreme, whether that be snow or rain. What is your favorite genre for this season? I don't really have a favorite genre specifically for a season. I'm not much of a mood reader or a seasonal reader for that matter. But my general favorite genre is historical fiction, without a doubt. Beyond that, I just read whatever takes my fancy. At the moment, I've got 6 books to read in the next 2 weeks, and so I will be reading those, and then whatever else I have on my giant TBR pile. Question number 3 is, there are only 3 months left, or 3.5-ish. What are 3 books that you need to get to by the end of the year? For this one, I chose Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon, because I've been putting this off for about 2 years now, and I need to read it, even though I'm nervous. But oh boy. So I gotta find out what happens to Claire and Jamie, and I can't do that if I don't read the book. I would also like to read The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. This book has been really popular on BookTube lately, and it sounds fantastic. It's a fantastical retelling, sort of Chinese history. It is brutal and graphic, which I'm perfectly okay with, but I want to read it so much, and I haven't yet because priorities. So this one will be read by the end of the year. And the last one is one that I've also been putting off for about a year because I just didn't love the series as much as everybody else. Please don't hate me. And that is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I read Six of Crows sometime last fall, I think, and it was good. I gave it 4 stars, but I just didn't feel the need to binge read the duology and then the 3 Grisha trilogy books as well. So instead, this book has been sitting unread on my shelf for over a year now, as have the 3 from the Grisha trilogy. So I should probably get onto that at some point this year. The next one is, it's about the time to go back to school. What is a nonfiction that you would like to read? I'm going with The Silk Road, A New History of the World by Peter Frankopan. This was recommended to be one of my aunts, and I would like very much so to read this book and Marco Polo at the same time to sort of compare, and just because they seem to be somewhat similar. This is a nonfiction about trade, I think specifically during China, specifically along the Silk Road and how that's changed over the course of history. This is just one of the many nonfiction books I would like to read, but I'm going with this one because it's easier to get to than some of the others. Question number 5 is, the nights are starting to get darker, at least up here in the Northern Hemisphere. What is a dark atmospheric read? For this one, I went with Two Dark Reigns by Kendar Blake. This is the 3rd in the 3 Dark Crowns series, and I like the series, but I'm not sold on it, even if I am going to continue it because I like to finish things. So I'm going to read this one. It is a very dark series. These 3 sisters are trying to kill each other, and they each have different powers. I'm curious to see how it's going to end, because the way the last book ended didn't really lend itself to another book, I don't think, but here we are, so I gotta find out what's going on. And the last question is, the leaves are changing, pick several books with autumnal colored spines. Here are my books, if I don't drop them. Oh goodness. I have When Dimple Met Rishi, The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock, The Devil's Workshop, The Last Queen, Wars of the Rose, and The Burning Time. I have some really dark sounding books, I just realized. That's okay, it's fine. So these are all of the books that have autumnal spines. Not all the books with autumnal spines that I own, but again, the ones that I could find fairly easily. That is my conglomeration of the fall and finally fall book tags. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, you know the drill. Goodreads and Twitter are down below if you would like to check those out or follow, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.